Hello and welcome to Cutting to the Bull in the Post-Truth Apocalypse. I'm Ben and this week I'm joined by Mike.
Hello.
Claire.
Hey.
And Pete.
I'll read.
Today we continue our ongoing investigation. Well, I say investigation, our ongoing saga. We didn't do any investigating.
No.
You know, we looked at some stuff on the internet. That counts nowadays, right?
Bit of speculating.
There's going to be a lot of speculation, a lot of allegedlys. The death of Kurt Cobain, part 2. So when we ended our last episode, we'd followed Kurt in his troubled childhood in Aberdeen, in America, not Scotland. Although if he was Scottish, it would have made the depression a lot more obvious, wouldn't it?
You wouldn't have made it to 27.
No, he wouldn't have made it to 27. He'd been gone at 18. Through Nirvana's meteoric rise, his battles with fame, addiction, depression, and probably the worst one, his marriage to Courtney Love. Although I still would have in the day, oh, I'm fooling. What am I on about? If I was an insecure, all of a sudden very wealthy, very famous rock star and Courtney Love was very interested, I'd have been there.
She weren't bad looking back in the day, to be fair.
Oh, and that ended with his death on April 5th, 1994. And today we confront the controversies that refuse to die. Was it suicide as officially ruled, or was there more to it? We'll explore conspiracy theories, key figures like private investigator Tom Grant, possible motives and suspects, and the evidence, debates, and the profound fallout from Kurt's passing. Again, this episode covers heavy topics, including suicide, so if you are having suicidal thoughts, talk to someone, reach out, contact a doctor, speak to them, contact a therapist.
Yep. Samaritans
in the UK, I don't know if that's an international thing, obviously. You know, don't suffer alone. So, officially, the King County Medical Examiner ruled Kurt Cobain's death a suicide. His body was discovered April 8th, 1994 by an electrician at the Seattle home, and he'd been dead approximately 3 days. A shotgun wound to the head, the weapon across his body. A suicide note stabbed into a pile of potting soil with a pen. He was in a little greenhouse thing at the back of the house, which is why no one figured out he was there, even though people were coming and going all the time.
Yep, they couldn't find him, could they?
No, no one thought to check the greenhouse above the... Is it above the garage or something like that, or the back of the garage?
These ones on a rooftop, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah. Weird that no one went down the garden and thought, oh, bloke, what's that guy doing lying on the floor in the greenhouse?
Well, you couldn't see, could you?
No, probably not, to be fair. There was high levels of heroin in his system. Remember the $400 a day heroin habit?
Probably getting ripped off, so probably $150 a day to a normal person.
Possibly, but I doubt he was going out and buying it, though.
No.
So I'd imagine the guy was ripping him off, yeah. And that's the thing, they hung out with junkies. Not proper junkies. You know, not like they'll do anything for skag.
Junkies with money.
They're mooching off Kurt and Courtney,
Yeah.
but they're also doing jobs around their house and they get some heroin, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, for God's sake, one was looking after their daughter, one was like the babysitter.
The cracky nanny.
Cracky nanny.
Was he a skaghead, was he?
Occasionally. One of the, you know, you're either a skag... I think back then, I mean, it's an addictive drug, but people did use it in a somewhat recreational way. Obviously, it's just when it becomes a problem.
Well, he used it in a recreational way to an extent, because he wasn't smacked up in the corner all the time like a lot of the addicts are, was he? He was out there.
He used it for his stomach condition as well, didn't he?
Allegedly self-medicated for that.
Oh, like almost using it as the opiate side.
Although I've seen an interview from December '93, and he says that his stomach has cleared up now. It's been a year.
Yeah.
But he didn't just stop it.
Well, no.
No, he's not addicted at that point.
Very
That's
Moorish,
the problem, isn't it?
Yes, Mike, that heroin is very Moorish. So I'm told.
Is that why you've been losing weight recently?
Yes, I just
No.
become a smacker.
Got you.
So was he injecting or was he like smoking it?
Smoking it, I think.
He was
Wasn't it?
Injective, wasn't
There was injection
Was it?
marks on the body. I think he was injecting. He might have been doing a bit of both, to be fair. It depends, I suppose, what you've got on the next day.
No.
If you're doing an interview with Rolling Stone, you don't want to be sat there with injection marks
Well, they're on the arms and things where you can't, the knuckles and things, and
between the
the
toes,
toes
isn't
and
it?
things
It's
you can't
usually the
see.
one where,
Penis.
if you're brave,
It's got some good veins in it.
I suppose that's the last resort, isn't it? The only vein I can find is in me dick.
It is one of those last resort smackhead
Because then
things. It
at that
really
point,
is.
all your other veins have collapsed, haven't they?
You know when you're hitting bad times when
You've got to
last
inject
resort is
heroin.
yeah, straight into your penis.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Wouldn't it kill erections anyway, heroin? People ain't fucking on smack, are they, surely?
No, I don't think so.
Nah.
Keep saying smack, everyone abroad is going to be like, fuck smacks, heroin, sorry, heroin. Try and leave the slang out of it. So Seattle police investigated and closed the case as a suicide, because that's always nice, isn't it? Like, oh, bodies.
Simple. It's an easy one,
It's-
in it.
Yeah, look at that. He's taking a bunch of heroin. There's a suicide note right next to him.
Got a gun
Guns
on
on
his
his
chest.
guns on his chest. Head's missing. It's got the donut shop boys. Our work here is done.
Open shut case.
Yeah.
Bosh.
Oh, especially if that was a Friday afternoon as well. You'd be laughing as that's a copper, wouldn't you?
What day was it? The 8th of April it was found.
8th of April, 95, 94.
32 years ago,
Mhm.
man. Doesn't seem real, that, does it?
Mad, innit?
No.
Yeah. 32 years ago. Wow.
No evidence of foul play was found at the scene. Photos and reports were later released confirming this. And there's photos out there. You can't really see a lot. Mainly his feet and his lower and chest and the gun. You don't see the head wound, although I imagine there are pictures out there. No, actually, I don't think they've released that. Might be
Don't think
somewhere.
there's going to be a lot of it left.
Oh no, there's probably nothing left.
Apparently, it was quite a bit actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Genuinely surprised because it was a 20 gauge shotgun.
Mm.
So that's a big fucking
I can still
shotgun.
recognise him.
Depends, I suppose, if he used solid or buckshot, wouldn't it? I don't actually know what he used. That's one thing I never came across. What kind of ammunition he used? 20 gauge, you'd be using fucking buckshot, wouldn't you? So, oh. Anyway, questions arose immediately. Why was the note's handwriting debated by some? The handwriting does go completely off the fucking scales towards the end. How could Kurt inject a massive dose of heroin and still have the motor skills to handle a shotgun? I always think that's
Yeah.
an interesting one.
Was it 3 times the limit?
Something
Safe
like
limit?
3 to 4 times the safe limit of heroin. You see, they have done tests with this where they put a recovering heroin addict on a very high dose of methadone and got him to do basic motor skills.
That's ingested and not injected.
Yeah. So
Not as strong as heroin, is it?
it's only like to say, hey, this guy can like still stand on one leg or hop about, and he's taking all this methadone. It's also not fucking street heroin. It's a nice, safe drug,
There's
isn't it?
no known case of anyone with that much heroin in their body being able to do something like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I do agree with it. I mean,
And if you're taking an overdose of heroin, why shoot yourself?
well,
Exactly. Yeah, I hadn't even thought about that. I
make sure you're just not left as a drooling vegetable, I guess.
It was a Friday.
Oh, you know that I love that on a Friday afternoon.
I seem to have lost the calendar on my phone. So I had to Google that then. I don't know where the calendar's gone on my phone. Like, what?
Such a fucking Luddite, it's unreal. I'm surprised you don't go around smashing mobile phones and demanding a return to the fucking ring dial thing.
Ring dial.
Everyone's going to have a phone stuck to their wall.
No, genuinely, I must have deleted it or something. It's not on my phone. So what the
Usually,
fuck?
you usually
Well,
can't delete that.
I
It's like
know. Where is it?
all you have to do is press and hold, and it'll come up widgets, and then you'll be able to choose whatever widget you want on your.
Okay.
have you got a search
I
function?
must have got rid of it somehow.
I've accidentally deleted it.
Anyway,
Anywho,
so where was the gun's purchase receipt? You tell me. His
His
mate bought
pocket.
him that.
It was in his pocket.
Yeah. His mate bought the gun,
Oh yeah.
despite being told by Courtney not to give Kurt firearms. Kurt gave the guy some money, and
What was his name again?
he's like California or something, like a nickname.
No, that was the babysitter.
Oh, yeah. Cali, yeah.
Dylan, was it?
That's it.
He's a bit of a dodgy fellow, wasn't
Yeah.
he? If I trust him.
I don't trust anyone named after a stone dog from the Magic Roundabout.
Like you say, why buy him the gun?
Well, this is it. Why buy the man, the obviously suicidal man?
I mean, I think Kurt said he's in prowlers and it was for protection. But at the same time, if you think he's suicidal, he denies that. He says he doesn't think he was suicidal. But if he did kill himself, then
Well, Mike,
he's not very good at reading signs, is he?
the last song that they recorded together was provisionally titled "I Hate Myself and Want to Die."
That could have been Kurt's sense of humour.
He did have a bit of a sick sense of humour, and obviously after the Rome incident, where he'd escaped the rehab, and
Well, apparently that might not have been a suicide attempt.
all right,
I
maybe.
mean, it could have been an accident.
Yeah.
At the time, no one said it was a suicide attempt. But then again, it could have been covered up by the record company.
Yeah. True.
Whereas that kind of thing could affect record sales, couldn't it? Certainly in their minds.
Nothing boosts a record sale like a suicide. I guarantee you a lot of people went out and bought Nirvana albums after Kurt's death. They let the
No,
sales run
right,
through.
yeah. And who did all the money go to? His daughter?
Courtney to begin with, and then the daughter at a certain age. Remember, the other guys in the band were getting a lot less than Kurt because he wrote the songs. Now, they had provisionally come to an agreement for the next album to split the sales 33% each. So they're all getting equal royalties.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But
I didn't know about that.
yeah, that obviously was not ever fully formalised, and then Kurt happened to die, but that would have meant a lot less money for Courtney.
I was going to
Should
say
have-
this,
and
there's a lot that points the finger towards a certain direction, isn't it? Let's face it.
Rumours of the fact that they were maybe splitting up.
there's also that. There was talk of him changing his will, so
Yeah.
nothing would go to Courtney, it would all go to the daughter, and
Isn't
she
known-
would never see any of it. Like his parents would take the daughter and
Isn't
have
she-
the money, kind of thing, all the money.
Isn't she known to be a bit batshit crazy though? Anyway,
She's known to be a little bit batshit crazy, certainly back in the day.
Have you
She's
seen what
known.
her dad says about her?
no.
Well, they've
Oh,
got a
go on.
public
I
feud,
can't-
haven't they?
Yeah, they have a very
her
good.
dad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, basically, he's saying that, not so many words, but he thinks that she could have done it.
He doesn't disbelieve it, kind of thing.
No.
Okay.
Well, she's
Coming from her father.
Yeah.
He said she was manipulative and
She's a trust fund brat as well. Remember, she's not poor. She wasn't poor before she married Kurt. She had an allowance, a very good allowance for the early 90s and late 80s.
but when she was very young, her true father fed her LSD apparently. That might explain a lot, mightn't it?
Bit of MK Ultra shit going on. Well, not.
He was a hippie apparently and fed her LSD. That's what she claims.
But I always find her quite an odd character because she comes across as this, like, she's a very sort of independent woman. She doesn't mind posing for stuff because she thinks it empowers her. But at the same time, she's like a punk rock skycore.
Allegedly.
Well, she tried to lose that, didn't she?
She
When
tried
she went into acting.
Yes. But, back
What
in the
did she
day.
actually act in?
God,
Any film that recognised?
People versus Larry Flint.
Nope.
I'm
It's the only
aware
film
of
I
it.
know her from. She's in a few, I think.
The thing is, but she has a successful band, Hole,
Mm.
but Kurt wrote the first album,
Mm.
and then she hooked up with Billy Corgan, who wrote the second and maybe the third.
There was rumours she was sleeping with him at the time. She was with Kurt.
Yeah. And then the fourth album, which kind of vanished without trace. I'm sure somebody else wrote that for her. So it's like, so she's like this. She portrays herself as being this like
She's got
I'm an
no
independent
talent.
bad bitch, but at the same time, I've got no talent. I've got where I am by banging people, like Madonna. Controversial. Claire.
Well, didn't Madonna write some of her own stuff?
Oh yeah, she does, but she's always boosted her profile by banging whoever's like hot at the time. Guy Ritchie did the Snatch and Lock Stock. His thing went through the roof. All of a sudden, she's wearing tweed and dating him, and they're shooting in the countryside.
It's just how actors
Jen-
elevate themselves as well, isn't it?
Yeah, totally. Not share. I'm thinking that Demi Moore, that film we watched, the
Yeah.
you know,
Substance.
the Substance kind of hints at that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So this is how you stay relevant: is you date someone who's famous, effectively.
Which is what she did.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen the film Kurt and Courtney, he interviews her previous lover before Kurt, and he was a rock star, and she tried to do the same thing to him,
Mm.
and basically fucked him right
Yeah.
up.
Kurt did describe her as the best fuck in the world. I don't know if he fucked everyone in the world to figure that out, but he described her as that. So she must have been doing something right for him. But then again, he's a nerdy little fucking scrawny dude. If he hadn't got famous, he ain't pulling a Courtney Love, is he?
I think she's everything that he wasn't, in a way,
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
she just stuck her little pinky up his bum
or
and
maybe.
he really liked it.
No, I think you are onto a point there, Mike. I think he's this.
See?
I think he's a like little insecure, scrawny dude who's all of a sudden become famous. I always think of Garth from Wayne's World when I think of Kurt Cobain.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah,
and
quiet guy, nice guy, down to earth, yeah.
nervous, socially awkward, and then all of a sudden this brash, confident, attractive woman says, "Hey, do you want to fuck me?" Oh, yeah, I do. You know, you're my fucking dream woman, effectively. So, yeah. So, enter Tom Grant, a private investigator hired by Courtney Love days before the death. Kurt had left rehab and Love had asked Grant to find him. Grant, who continued investigating after the body was found, became the most vocal proponent of the murder theory.
Think about that. Private investigator you hired to find your husband thinks you're the murderer.
That
Is this the people that have reopened or
No, he's been doing this since the beginning.
right? So he's always been
Yeah.
on in the background, kind of.
He
Made a
kind of
documentary in 2015, wasn't it? Soaked in bleach.
soaked in bleach.
Lost it.
He was
Yeah.
definitely in the Kurt and Courtney film as well. I think he's pretty much done the circuit of it, to be fair.
Yeah.
So he claims inconsistencies. The high heroin level, which you mentioned, would have incapacitated Kurt, making a self-inflicted gunshot unlikely. The suicide note's final lines, "It's better to burn out," quoting Neil Young in it, "better to burn out than to fade away," might have been added or forged as they differ stylistically. Cobain had repeatedly talked about leaving Nirvana and removing Courtney from his will, and the scene lacked typical suicide indicators like gunshot residue patterns or positioning. Grant released tapes of conversations and accused those around Kurt of inconsistencies.
Yeah, he points to financial and personal motives. Well,
That's enough to surely open an investigation if there's financial and personal motives, isn't it?
the police fucked up originally because they declared it a suicide straight away.
Oh, yeah, it's fucking obvious, isn't it? I mean, it's a perfect
They
crime
don't do
scene.
that now.
No, but this is 1995. It's the perfect crime scene. I'm an American policeman. It's a Friday. It's my last day on.
It's a death investigation.
It's not particularly legible.
Even if it looks like a suicide, and it probably is a suicide, until they can guarantee it's a death investigation, so they don't label it anything.
The other theories implicate Courtney Love. Some claim their marriage was deteriorating with divorce talks and custody fears, and Love's own public image, her erratic behaviour, her own drug issues, and media portrayals made her a target for suspicion. And books like Who Killed Kurt Cobain by Ian Halpern and Max Wallace And the 2015 documentary Stoked in Bleach, featuring Grant himself, amplified these claims. Obviously, Kurt and Courtney was well before that, wasn't it?
98.
98. So that's literally like 4 years, 3 years after, 4 years after. Now, they allege that Courtney stood to gain from insurance, estate control, or ending a troubled relationship. Courtney has obviously denied involvement, calling theories appalling and noting Kurt's long history of suicidal intention. Friends like Chris Novoselic and Dave Grohl, the other members of Nirvana, have largely supported the suicide ruling, emphasising Kurt's depression. Interesting that they've come out and said that when they stood to gain more financially from the next album, should it ever happen.
Yeah, but Chris didn't like Courtney.
He did
He
not.
didn't go to the wedding, did he?
He didn't. No, we didn't.
So
Strange guy though.
yeah,
Chris or
not
Kurt?
Chris.
Even his aunt says that she thinks it was suicide.
Who's aunt?
Kurt's aunt.
Kurt's aunt.
Yeah, but that's because a lot of people, let's face it, hear what they hear, see what they see on the radio, the news, whatever, they believe it.
Yeah.
So they were told it's suicide. Okay, yeah, I believe that.
This is
So
what
they're gonna.
this is what the authorities say. So
But Kurt and Courtney's
Exactly.
attorney, she definitely thought that it wasn't suicide.
Questioned it, definitely. Yeah.
Mhm.
The private investigator
She was godmother
questioned
to
it.
Francis Bean as well. So
Mm.
a lot of other people did question it. A lot of his other friends said
Just
it's
the
it wasn't
motives for me,
suicidal.
the motives alone, kind of. She had the most to gain by it.
oh yeah, absolutely. I find it weird that the other members of the band were like, yeah, well, he was pretty depressed, and they spent a lot of time with him.
Which, in all fairness, yeah, he probably was. He was going through a fucking shit relationship with crazy crackers bitch fucking Courtney.
The band was strained.
There was lots of
Dave Grohl had to
just
sit
the
in for 2
general
months
fucking weight
before
on
his death.
the weight on his shoulders anyway, being the front man of this very quickly shoved into the limelight band, all that, it is gonna put you into a bit of a mental state of sorts, isn't it? Yeah, it's
You know,
gonna.
you're a poor kid from Aberdeen, Washington.
You're quiet, you're shy.
You're quiet, you're shy, and all of a sudden, but you like making music.
You are in the limelight, and that is it. You
All
are the biggest fucking band
on the
since.
planet at
Yeah.
that time.
Yeah, wherever you go, there's fucking dozens of cameramen taking pictures of you.
Constant screaming and that, like all the girls.
Journalists writing hit pieces on you.
Yeah, everything you do is in the media, and good, bad, or indifferent, or it's spun to make you look like a because let's also face it, this is the early 90s, and while grunge has killed hair metal, who else is also around in the early 90s? Guns N' Roses, very major public spat those two bands had.
Yeah.
I think to the point where I get in the ring on Use Your Illusion there's a lyric that's basically calls Kurt out, get in the ring. Two very different styles of bands, but both very much into Guns N' Roses very visibly into the excess. Kurt Cobain very much into the excess. But you never hear much of it do.
No. He hated all that.
No, I mean drugs and.
Oh, right,
things,
okay.
yeah.
I thought you meant like a lavish lifestyle.
No, Guns N' Roses were very much into that, but
But he
it
wouldn't
was
stay at posh hotels. He'd go to the scummiest motel there. You know, he wouldn't drive fancy cars, things like that. Wouldn't get limos.
He's too busy spending all of his money on heroin.
Yeah.
Couldn't afford it.
$400 a day. That's a lot of money.
Would that have been between him and Courtney though, or was that just his habit?
I think it was just his.
Probably everyone for the house, isn't it?
It's probably okay. He might be spending $400 a day. He's certainly getting the vast chunk of it, because I would be if I was paying that much. If I was paying that,
Yeah, but he's giving it to others, isn't he?
But then again, he's also paying other people to go and buy various things for him. So who knows?
Because this is the thing. You say he was on £400 a day of heroin, but like you say, well, was that actually shared between him and Courtney? Was it like you said, the house smack?
Yeah.
The table smack.
smack.
Help
It's a lot,
yourself.
Yeah.
it's a lot of smack in it though. I don't know what the going rate is for heroin, and I don't know how much you would get nowadays for $400.
To be honest, I don't reckon there's much in a difference of value because it's always been very expensive.
Are you
It's always-
saying that the heroin market has been completely stable?
I just think it's been stagnant. I don't think
I-
it's gone up or down
I think-
particularly.
It's expensive, but my God, these people always seem to fucking get it, even though they've got nothing else.
Well, they shoplift and things, aren't they?
That's how, isn't it? They make sure they get it one way or another.
That's it. No one is more motivated than a drug addict.
You can buy a £10 bag. I know that.
Okay.
Whether that's like a couple of hits or what, I don't know. But I know it's not that
Depends on your habit.
I've got no personal experience. I'm from like watching different documentaries with like Louis Theroux, Ross Kent, people like that. When
I used to work with a heroin addict. He used to shoot up in the toilets at dinner time.
Could he function?
Barely.
I mean, but what we
Working
what was,
nights.
what was this job? In a factory?
No, in a shop
Yeah, like stocking shelves. Kind
at night.
so I mean, like, can he walk and put stuff on a shelf?
Yeah, but he's like, you can tell he's like fucked. He's like swaying all over the place. And his eyes are glazed over. And he's definitely on something. Do you know what I mean? We all knew. It lasted for months and months. Finally, someone must have dobbed him in because we didn't see him for 6 months. And then he come back and he was fucking beefy. He must have been on the weights. He was a skinny guy. And he come back all buff, drinking these protein shakes. It's like, oh, you found a new fucking
New addiction.
Yeah, new
Yeah.
addiction.
of stop heroin.
Yeah.
Mm.
Now it's steroids.
Yeah.
He just switch one for another.
Well, let's just touch on what my favourite character in this. Other suspects include vague industry figures, music industry figures, and even a hitman story involving El Duce of the band The Mentors. One of their biggest songs is called Donkey Dick. Shows the level they're operating at.
It's very sophisticated.
Very sophisticated band. Won't be playing the Albert Hall anytime soon.
Nah.
No, not. Oh, okay. Not doing the Royal Variety performance this
No,
year.
no,
then.
they won't be performing Donkey Dick in front of His Majesty.
Well, he won't anyway. that's
Well,
for
he
certain.
certainly won't. But
Oh, is he dead?
yes,
Oh, okay.
he claims that Courtney offered him $50,000 to off Kurt. That's what he said in the interview.
Yeah,
Off.
and he said, I didn't
How long
take the
ago
money
was that?
in
When-
1998. It's
Okay.
actually in the documentary Kurt and Courtney on camera. This guy says,
Courtney
Courtney
offered me $50,000 to off Kurt Cobain.
I didn't take the money, but I know who did.
Oh,
I know who
okay.
murdered him
No,
on camera.
So where did that go then? There.
Well,
No,
guess what
well,
happened to El Duce?
Did he die not long after?
Funnily enough, yes, he managed to fall under a train.
3 days later.
3 days
Yeah.
later.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
official verdict was that he was
see, that's
drunk.
something I'd never heard, but that just fucking that
Right.
put the nails in. That's nailed the coffin fucking shut, hasn't it? Really, let's face it. She had something to do with it. Courtney,
I mean,
calling you out.
maybe she thought about it and they didn't go through with it.
If you want to come and discuss it with me, Courtney, that's fine. But I'll sit there. We'll do a lie detector on you.
You ain't rich enough for her to hang out with. Or musically talented enough, sorry.
No.
Not unless you're going to write her a new Hole album. I hate to break this to you.
I wouldn't want to sit in a room with that skank anyway. Fucking hell. I could smell her through the fucking TV when you look at a picture of her.
Well. Yeah, so El Duce allegedly drunkenly fell under a train.
That's well dodgy, that, innit?
That's
That is fucking proper dodgy.
Now, these,
No shit.
these do remain unsubstantiated rumours. These are all allegedly.
What, that he died under a train?
No, that he was drunk and fell under the train and that she'd offered him the money. He's in a struggling band that's got songs like Donkey Dick.
But he definitely said that.
He
He
said
definitely
that.
came
He could
out-
be lying.
He said
couldn't
he could be lying.
He
But
could be lying. But
I don't.
Definitely said
he
it.
definitely said it on
She
camera.
and he definitely died
In
3 days later.
in probably one of the first documentaries about this subject, and still one of the best and biggest.
with
Others have been
the
done
most
since.
compelling parts.
But if you want to watch a really good one, you always go back and watch Kurt and
Well, it's
Courtney.
because it was 4 years after and everything's still fresh.
Exactly.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
but
definitely stroking my beard right now.
if he didn't take the contract to kill him, someone else did,
And he knows he did.
and he knows who did.
Yeah.
And then when he was going to expose it,
What he could have
that
done.
person did as well. I maybe did him as well.
Maybe.
Do you think
It's all speculation. We don't know.
do you think his last
Good
words?
enough theory as any.
Do you think his last words before he went into the train was the killer's name?
No, I think he went out screaming, "I am a Duce. I am
He
Duce.
wasn't a nice bloke.
I'm invincible."
He was or wasn't?
No, he was not a nice
He
guy.
was not a
No,
nice bloke.
no.
One of his big hits was "I Want You as My Sex Slave" or something.
Well, that sounded very Spartan tap, to be fair. But yeah, there was a
And the video is clearly some,
homemade bondage porn.
yeah, it's denigrating women.
Well, some people like that. So women like that. Whatever you're into, as long as it's all consensual, or you're a furry.
And he admitted to,
I think
thinking about taking the money and doing it. So
I do think he had a very substantial criminal record as well for
probably.
abuse and GBH and things like that. So,
Probably why he was that.
well, he's a low level criminal scumbag. You can give $50,000 to, and you can push under a train a few days later and get the money back. Maybe he did it. Maybe that's exactly what this was.
Maybe.
He did it. 3 days. He keeps
He's
his
not going
gob
to sound camera, is he? I did it.
keeps his
Ain't
gob
that stupid.
keeps his gob shut for 4 years. All of a sudden,
Yeah.
he's taking some interview money. You're like, well, you know what? Don't want this fella. Where's the rest? Well, what money have you got left, El Duce? I've got 20 grand left. Right, great. Under the train you go. Who can say? Let's examine some key evidence points neutrally. If you look at the pro-suicide argument, he'd attempted multiple prior overdoses and expressed suicidal thoughts in journals and interviews. And the note, while addressed partly to fans, aligned with his delusionment. Disillusionment. Handwriting experts are divided. Some see consistency overall, and others note variations possible from drug influence. The shotgun was purchased legally, not by Kurt, but certainly by his mate. Do you want to do the note now?
Yeah.
See, looking at the handwriting in it though, it's neat enough that I couldn't imagine somebody that was smacked off their tits on heroin would have been able to write like he did.
So I'll read the entire thing, although it is quite long. To Bodder pronounce, speaking from the
But
top.
I was saying Bodder is his imaginary friend as a kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it means awakening in sort of Buddhism and Hindu.
It's very pretentious for a child's imaginary friend, isn't it?
But it's ironic that his band was called Nirvana, wasn't it?
Ah, interesting. So speaking from the tongue of an experienced simpleton who obviously would rather be an emasculated infantile complainee, this note would be pretty easy to understand. All the warnings from the punk rock 101 courses over the years, since my first introduction to the, shall we say, ethics involved with independence and the embracement of your community has proven to be very true. I haven't felt the excitement of listening to as well as creating music along with reading and writing for too many years now. I feel guilty beyond words about these things. For example, when we're backstage and the lights go out and the manic roar of the crowd begins, it doesn't affect me the way in which it did for Freddie Mercury, who seemed to love, relish in the love and adoration from the crowd. Oh no, I love the crowd like Freddie. Greatest frontman I ever lived. I totally admire and envy. The fact is, I can't fool you, any one of you, and it simply isn't fair to you or me. The worst crime I can think of would be to rip people off by faking it and pretending as if I'm having 100% fun. Sometimes I feel as if I should have a punch-in time clock before I go out on stage. And I've tried everything in my power to appreciate it, and I do, God believe me, I do, but it's not enough. I appreciate the fact that I and we are affected and entertained a lot of people. I must be one of those narcissists who only appreciate things when they're gone. I'm too sensitive. I need to be slightly numb in order to regain the enthusiasm I once had as a child. On our last 3 tours, I've had a much better appreciation for the people I've known personally and as fans of our music, but I still can't get over the frustration, the guilt, and empathy I have for everyone. There's good in all of us, and I think I simply love people too much. So much that it makes me feel too fucking sad. The sad little sensitive, unappreciative Pisces. Jesus, man. Why don't you just enjoy it? I don't know. I have a goddess of a wife who sweats ambition and empathy and a daughter who reminds me too much of what I used to be. Full of love and joy, kissing every person she meets because everyone is good and will do her no harm. And that terrifies me to the point to where I can barely function. I can't stand the thought of France becoming the miserable, self-destructive death rocker that I've become. I have it good, very good, and I'm grateful since the age of 7. I've become hateful towards all humans in general, only because it seems so easy for people to get along and have empathy. Empathy. Only because I love and feel sorry for people too much, I guess. Thank you all from the pit of my burning, nauseous stomach for your letters of concern during the past years. I'm too much of an erratic, moody baby. I don't have the passion anymore. So remember, it's better to burn out than to fade away. Love, empathy, peace, love, empathy, Kurt Cobain. Francis and Courtney, I'll be at your altar. Please keep going, Courtney, for Francis, for her life will be so much happier without me. I love you. I love you. Sounds like, I mean, I haven't ever read too many suicide notes in my life, but that just sounds more like a journal entry, a bit of a self-expression, self-examination. I am no psychologist. I'm no behavioralist. The start of that reads to me like he's writing like a self-confession to himself, maybe. Maybe this is his first half of that. Could be his reasons for fucking quitting Nirvana
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
You
Could be
know,
anything, couldn't it?
it could be anything. And then as it goes down,
Then at the end, then it really mentions suicide.
no,
Francis and Courtney, I'll be at your altar. Please keep going.
yeah, which is the bit where the handwriting goes completely
Yeah.
mad. It's always been looked at. There's been handwriting experts who say, yeah, it was someone else. There's handwriting experts who say, no, there's the loops in the certain letters and the way that the T is crossed. And I always find that shit fascinating. There's probably nothing to it at all. Handwriting analysis, but
I'm wondering if we could see like a clear change, like at one point where you think it's, say, like where it was the uh, resignation from the band, and then it turns into a suicide note. Is there a clear?
There, isn't it? Please keep going, Courtney. Put the handwriting there.
that is what it
Doesn't
goes.
look anything like it, does it?
No, it sounds to me like the first half of it is like some kind of journal entry which he was meant to be doing, and maybe he was drafting why he was going to
Maybe.
quit Nirvana for a bit or forever. Who knows? There was talk about him doing stuff with what's his face from REM, Michael
Yeah.
Stipe. Is it? That would have been interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? Though musically, I mean, when was Nirvana Unplugged? That was released. That was like '94, wasn't it? The year he died, when they did the Unplugged.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say he's fucking top of his musical game at that point.
Mm.
They got through that. They're the only band to ever get through that in one take.
Mm.
The Unplugged session.
Mm.
Literally no fuck ups, just all through it. Played the songs, blinded performance. Now you can't tell me I don't think he enjoyed that. You must get a certain satisfaction
Yeah.
from a blind in a smacking a televised performance out the park, one take, and it's a fucking legendary album. It is one of their best albums. One of the best of our albums. It's a bit of a best of, obviously, but it is amazing. There's only Alice in Chains Unplugged who top that as an album, as an unplugged. Surely you've got to get some fucking motivation from that. Maybe you just wanted a new challenge and Nirvana wasn't doing it. You want to go off and do other shit. Every band does it eventually, don't they? And the language takes a darker turn towards the end. If he is depressed, which, there's every possibility he is, or on a downer. I mean,
Everyone gets depressed, don't they?
Of course they do. It's the bottom bit in it where the handwriting goes off the wall.
Yeah. Looks to me like it's been added by somebody else.
Or was that at the point where he'd taken more heroin and he was just going off? You know what I mean?
I'm trying to find letters that in the last few like 4 sentences that match to ones in there, and it's like
It's kind of similar.
it is.
But
This
it
is why,
isn't the same.
but this is why. But I don't think you can look to. A lot of people say handwriting is like forensic handwriting analysis is that we can tell, but there's a lot of people out there who say no, it's actually a load of bollocks.
Now, what if I told you that Tom Grant found in Courtney's possession, like someone practicing handwriting with letters that look the same on that?
In Courtney's possession.
Well, you know, it was her document.
One of the weird little things they had as a couple, which is weird because they would leave little notes to one another as each other and try and copy each other's handwriting. If that does that make sense? So Kurt would pretend to be Courtney, writing a letter to Courtney, little note, leave it on the mantelpiece, but in her handwriting, and she would do the same. It was one of these little things they had, quirky things they had as a couple.
Okay, that's a bit weird.
It is.
So she's even more practiced.
So she has had practice at trying to copy his handwriting. You can stay right. Now, the shotgun was purchased legally by Kurt or his mate probably. Police found no forced entry or struggle
There
signs.
was no knock on the door.
Also true. Recent independent forensic reviews as of 2026 claim issues like capped needles or bullet receipts, questioning the ruling, but the Seattle PD maintains the case is closed after reviews in 2014 and beyond. So let's explore a few of these. The heroin, obviously. Where are we? The inconsistencies in the autopsy report. Cobain had a massive amount of heroin in his system, up to 10 times. 4 is the most common one I've heard. This is
3 or 4, yeah.
10. 10 times a lethal dose for a normal person. And while he's a known heavy user, experts argue that such a dose would have caused immediate incapacitation. Wilkins, who's the doctor on this, Dr. Wilkins explained the autopsy revealed necrosis or tissue death in the brain and liver. This type of damage is caused by oxygen deprivation and is consistent with a slow death from a heroin overdose where the body shuts down gradually. It doesn't happen in a shotgun death, Wilkins
It's
noted.
interesting, isn't it? So she's saying that the body was already dead.
Dying.
Yeah.
The team argues if Cobain had died instantly from a gunshot, the specific organ damage would not be present. Furthermore, the autopsy did not report blood in the airways, which is almost always found in self-inflicted head wounds. Is it a possibility that he was fucking ODing in the greenhouse or somewhere in the house, and they thought, this seems like a good opportunity.
Maybe.
Could be.
Is it better to go?
Or they forced him to have it.
Yeah.
Spent time rearranging the place to make it look as if they weren't there.
You're gonna have to do
Then
a very good
shot him in the
forensic
head.
job on that.
Then shot him in the head.
Forensics
like a
weren't good
suicide.
though in 1994, were they?
No, that is true. I mean, there is the possibility there's that, they OD'd him deliberately. Oh, Kurt, you haven't had your shot. And he's fucked up as it is.
Or just hold him down as if you
Yeah, he's only signing. Is there the possibility that he was ODing and maybe Courtney thought, you know what'd sell better than an overdose? Suicide. That's being very evil of Courtney, but at the end of the day, who's allegedly that could have. I mean, she's not. Again, he's there for a few days, isn't he, man? Where's Courtney? She's not.
She's
in
in
the
LA.
She's in LA. So Courtney's not there.
No, but she phones the police beforehand, pretending to be Kurt's mom.
That's right. Shit, she does, doesn't she?
Saying that Kurt's gone missing
Right.
in the rehab. He's suicidal and he's bought a shotgun.
But he swore he didn't have a gun. Oh, I have to drop that
Even
every time.
in the song, innit?
Yeah.
So
That's
all the
right.
police are looking for a suicidal man with a shotgun because they think his mom has phoned in. So it's already in their minds, isn't it?
Right.
This guy's suicidal. We've got to find him. They sent police to the house and everything, looking for him.
But no one checked the greenhouse.
So when they find the body, there's a note. Looks like he shot himself. Oh, we're looking for a suicidal man. Shit, he's gone and done it. All just fits into place, doesn't it? But she's
Yeah.
put that thought in their head.
Which we know in
That's
police work can be
fucking-
deadly.
Yeah.
And we know
That's really scheming, isn't it?
how even her own dad
Yeah.
mentioned how manipulative
Yeah.
she is and things like that.
Well, I'd be certainly be rethinking my wife's character if she ever rang the police pretending to be my mom.
Well, how did they find out it was her?
I'm not sure, but
Because
they
the
know.
mum probably like,
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't ring. What are
yeah.
you on about? Who else could it have been? Must have been that
I'm not sure.
Courtney psycho.
If I remember rightly, she admitted to it because the mum came out
Mm.
and said, "Well, I didn't ring," and she admitted to doing that because she thought the police would take his mom more seriously than Courtney Love.
You see, it could be that, couldn't it? And also, she hired a private investigator to look for him.
Which just adds ice into the cake of an alibi, doesn't it? I was that concerned about it. I had a private investigator.
Or
Who then
throw them off the
turns it,
scent.
who then turns
Why
it
would I-
round and
Why would I want to kill him?
Yeah,
I'm hiring a private detective to try and
Yeah.
find him.
but then that private detective turns around and is like, hold on, actually I think she did
yeah.
it.
Now, beyond the medical data, the physical scene of the greenhouse above Cobain's garage has raised significant questions to the researchers. The musician was found with a Remington Model 1120 gauge shotgun. The forensic team suggests that a man in the throes of a massive heroin overdose would physically struggle to lift a 6-pound weapon, let alone maneuver the long barrel to the correct position. Wilkins described the scene as looking staged. She pointed out the receipt for the gun and the receipt for the shells were both found in Cobain's pockets, while the shotgun shells were lined up neatly at his feet. Additionally, the positioning of the ejected shell casing did not match where it should have landed if the gun was fired in the manner described by
It's
police.
on the opposite side.
Perhaps most strikingly, the researchers noted the lack of blood splatter on Cobain's hands. Wilkins stated that in shotgun suicides, the hands are typically covered in blood, yet Cobain's left hand was described as unusually clean. Yeah,
Wasn't he found with shoes on?
yes,
And one of the theories was he
used his toe.
used his toe to pull the trigger.
Yes,
So that fucking takes that theory straight out.
yes.
So 12 gauge shotgun, it really depends on its
20
model.
gauge shotgun, 20 gauge
Oh, sorry.
Remington.
20 gauge Remington
Model Remington
shotgun.
11, 20 gauge shotgun, presumably with it's an automatic shotgun because
These long one like a nice
it's a
long
hunting
barrel.
shotgun, yeah.
So it's probably what 4 foot from tip to toe kind of thing. It's probably
Yeah,
quite
three
a
and a
big.
half fish. Yeah, easy. Yeah, 3.5. It's longer than your arm, let's put it that way, isn't it?
Did he stick it in his mouth?
Under the
Side
chin,
of his
I'd
head?
imagine. Under the chin.
That would be hard, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
That would be hard.
yeah.
And
It would.
if you're fucking
Off your
heroin
tits on heroin.
smacked up off your face, it'd be really fucking hard.
But if someone walks in and you're on the floor in the greenhouse,
Looking vulnerable.
looking vulnerable, and they think, oh, you know what? Here's an opportunity.
He could have been sitting around with the gun because he's paranoid that someone's coming. Like,
Oh, yeah.
But he didn't have a gun.
he did have a gun, and they grabbed it, turned it.
So, regardless of how he died, the fallout was immense. Kurt's death was, devastated fans, worldwide vigils. There was copycat concerns. A lot of people,
Yeah.
not a lot of people, some people did.
They did. Long time after as well.
Yeah, a sense of lost innocence for grunge. Nirvana released the MTV Unplugged in New York posthumously. It became iconic. The band dissolved, although surviving members have reunited for projects. Courtney faced scrutiny, custody battles, and her own career ups and downs.
Yeah, but who benefited the most from his death?
She did. She made a lot of money.
Yeah. Who was releasing an album a week after he died?
Courtney.
Surely she postponed that. No?
Did she fuck?
Yeah, it didn't get changed.
She's on the news now. She's famous.
And, she blamed, obviously, the logistics and the packaging and the manufacture and all that. Well, we can't just stop it. They've gone out, They're going out. They're being made. We can't just stop it. But, no, well, she did profit a lot from it. Francis being Cobain grew up in the spotlight, later distancing from some narratives. And musically, of course, Cobain's legend endures. Nevermind shifted the industry from glam excess to authentic alternative sounds, influencing countless bands. And grunge defined the 90s, certainly the early 90s.
Still listen to Nirvana now.
You still listen to grunge now? You're the only person in the world. No, that's not true. But
There's 3 of them.
Mike
There's 3.
Mike does listen to a lot of obscure grunge that everyone else in the world has forgotten about. Sometimes I sit here playing champ. Oh, Mike, do you have any happy songs? Because all these songs are quite, dark and miserable. Do you like happy music, happy songs?
You're a bit of an emo, Mike.
Grunge is basically
guess.
pre-emo,
Mhm.
effectively. Yeah.
Suppose it is, yeah.
Start dyeing your hair black.
Cobain gave voice to alienation, mental health struggles, and anti-corporate sentiment. His journals, art, and raw honesty continue inspiring discussions on depression and addiction. Yet his story warns of fame's toll and the need for better mental health support. And I suppose they've all had it, haven't they? There's not many of them who've got through fame unscathed in some way. Some people, it sounds completely mad.
Yeah, just the
Most of them,
paparazzi and everything, isn't it?
Look
Yeah.
at that fucking Sam. What's his face?
Smith,
That's the one.
the one who was on, was he Britain's Got Talent or X Factor?
No, I don't think he was.
He was on something like that. I'm sure he was.
No, he just came from maybe The Voice.
Oh, it
Was he on
was
The
some
Voice?
show. He was on
I
some
don't
show.
know. I just, as far as I was concerned, he just came from nowhere.
No, he was on some show. He was like a runner-up or third or something like that.
Either way, gross.
Weird, isn't it? But I mean, back in the day, you didn't, decide that you're gonna not be a male or a female and wear weird clothes. You just did heroin
Yeah.
or booze or crack or cocaine or whatever the fuck you wanted. You were a millionaire and you're a fucking rock star.
My point
on.
with Sam Smith, though, he was normal when he fucking first come through.
Well, yeah.
He was normal.
But,
normal.
They've all, I mean, Robbie Williams is a massive drug addict and alcoholic for many years. They've all fucking.
Yeah. A lot of them have struggled.
Fame,
to be fair.
Fame leaves a scar, doesn't it? And whether you don't do the drugs, but you can't keep a relationship together, like Monty Python, John Cleese famously married 4 times. The fame couldn't hold a relationship together. It happens all over the place, doesn't it?
I can't believe he's still alive, actually.
John Cleese, yeah, I know. Imagine they've had fucking drinking issues in the past. Most of them have had some kind of alcohol problem.
And definitely drugs when they were making Monty Python.
Oh yeah, Oliver Reed.
Yeah.
That night, the night before, a few days before he died, they were filming Gladiator in Gibraltar. Right, bit of Oliver Reed trivia for you. Got in a drinking contest with 20 Royal Navy sailors and won. And then went out next day and filmed the epic bit just before he dies. I think he did the death scene. He drank like 3 bottles of fucking whiskey or something like that. Mental.
Impressive.
Don't make him like that anymore. So, Kurt Cobain burned brightly and left an indelible mark. And his music still resonates because it was honest, as he wrote, peace, love, empathy. Maybe the world could do with a bit more of that now.
So, the verdict.
Too much pointing towards
She did.
Allegedly,
Murder.
for legal reasons.
towards
My opinion is she did it. That's my opinion. don't even have to say allegedly. It's just an opinion.
There's was too much pointing towards murder. Whether she clearly couldn't have done it. She was in a different, but
She had a hand in it, didn't she?
something's gone on, hasn't it? There's too much.
Feels that way, doesn't it? Really does.
Really
It
does,
really
yeah.
does. Anybody that reads, sees, watches, listens to the evidences, if they don't come to that same kind of conclusion that we all have, they're not reading or seeing the same as what we are. You know what I mean? If you see that evidence, it kind of points every finger at her. Allegedly.
Seems that way, doesn't it?
I think I can't get my head round the heroin level. I don't think I don't think you're loading, and I don't think you're using a shotgun.
And why? Why are you
Um,
taking a heroin overdose? That's going to kill you anyway. You don't need a shotgun.
Again, maybe so you don't survive and end up as a vegetable.
Maybe.
That's obviously, if you take, even nowadays people take pill overdoses and, it doesn't kill them, they just end up as in a wheelchair, mentally dead. All right, so there's that. I do think if he was like on the floor on heroin, it would have been very easy to inject him with some more and then blow his head off on the ground.
And apparently the history of suicide in his family, that's debated now.
Wasn't he like an uncle or something like
An
that?
uncle and a grandfather, but apparently it was an accident with a firearm. It wasn't suicide.
Well, maybe history is repeating. Maybe he had an accident with a firearm.
Maybe.
Maybe. Oh, you know what? You know what it probably is, right? He sat on the chair. He's done a load of heroin. He's really paranoid.
10 times a day.
He's done a load of heroin, right?
Mm.
He's bought this shotgun for home defense, and he sat there with it like that under his fucking chin.
Because that's how you sit with shotguns.
Because you're off your face on heroin. You're trying to remain alert. You're resting your chin on the shotgun,
It's possible.
and somehow, something. There's a fucking dodgy trigger. There's a fucking safety's off. Negligent discharges happen all the time.
A large mouse
Something startles him.
A large mouse that was eating the fucking cabbages jumps on the trigger and pulls it.
I say NDs happen all, and negligent discharges happen all the time.
Yeah, but
Right? Especially if you were not with it.
yeah, I think you are clutching straws for that.
I am clutching straws. I'm just saying, it's not off an alternative view.
Yeah.
I do think it looks too dodgy to just be a suicide. That's my honest
The
opinion.
amount of time between him injecting, or supposedly injecting the heroin, and then
Pulling
being
the trigger.
shot, yeah,
could-
that damage to the liver and the what's it called?
Yeah.
It's
The necrosis of the
Yeah.
brain.
Could have 30 seconds before the heroin kicks in.
Because I'm going to kill off the liver and well, you're extended
I'm on
use.
about using the shotgun.
mm,
You got 30 seconds, you inject it, then you got 30 seconds then to shoot yourself. It isn't going to hit you instantly, is it?
But then that doesn't account for the
Yeah.
necrosis of the brain. So
it could have been hours before.
Yeah. No, she did it.
He was gone for 3
Definitely.
days. You know.
I, for one, believe El Duce.
You know, I kind of lean towards believing Al Duce because I don't think he's got a reason to fucking lie, to be honest. He may be a thug, but, I don't know. It's an odd one. It just, because they were in the same scene, Nirvana, the start of the scene. They're an underground band and they would have. So he'd have been known to her because she was a promoter. She knows he's a pay thug. How do you want to earn some money? You'll shoot Kurt. Well, you don't give a fuck. And she probably banged him as well to sweeten the deal. He's got a donkey dick, according to his song. Maybe. I don't know. I'm speculating. For him to come out and then just fall under a fucking train.
that's one of the biggest dodgy things for me.
He's managed to last this long being a guy who calls himself El Duce, getting smashed most nights and playing in a band. He's managed to make it this fucking long without falling under a train. Seems weird 3 days after the interview, he falls under a train for me. Timing.
El Duce, does that mean what I think it means?
Mussolini.
Oh, I was thinking like a minge cleaner. A douche.
Oh, a douche, yeah. No, El Duce was Mussolini's nickname. I don't actually know what. You can Google what it means. I can't remember now.
Duce.
It's L and then Duce.
Should we show them the interview with El Duce before we finish?
Yes. So we showed Pete and Claire the El Duce interview just.
Yeah.
Where you're standing on him.
He basically says exactly what Ben said prior. He said Courtney Cox offered me 50
Courtney
grand.
Courtney Cox.
We'll be careful here.
Yeah.
Thought she was friends with him.
Mm.
Sorry, I do apologise. Courtney Love. Fuck. Sorry, Courtney Cox. We know you're nothing to do with his murder. We really know that, honestly. Well,
Or do we?
Or do we?
well.
You may have stumbled upon something.
But yeah, he said Courtney Love offered him 50,000 to whack Kurt. That was his words. And he then said he wished he'd have taken it, but he didn't. And then he hinted that he knew who did it. And then he fumbled a bit and said, ask Alan, or
Yeah.
no, let the FBI catch up on him, kind of thing. So basically, he may well have just told us that somebody called Alan,
Mm-hmm.
he was a friend of his. He's obviously gone to Courtney. I can't do that, but I know a guy that can. His name's Alan, something or other. That's how that interview sounds to me. Do you agree with that, Claire?
Sounds very drunk to me as well, though.
He was very drunk.
I know what I'm saying when I'm drunk. Doesn't matter
He
how
could be
drunk.
lying. He could be lying.
He could be.
Doesn't look like a guy who was doing very well for himself, though, did he?
Well, he even said, didn't he? Wish he'd took it.
Yeah. Well, so Kurt Cobain's favourite book foreshadowed his ending.
I thought we'll end on this.
Have you ever thought how easy it might be to gain people's love and affection by fooling them with a nice few words and charisma? Throughout history, we've witnessed leaders coming out on stage convincing people they were the next great thing, making large audiences worship them. These so-called leaders' stories, people like Jim Jones or Charles Manson, has often ended in total chaos. We don't know if you ever considered how creepily easy it is to get people to admire you with the right attitude and charisma. But it seems like a guy called Patrick Suskind had thought about it and decided to write a novel called Perfume. It was released in 1985 and told the story of Jean-Baptiste Grenouille, a perfume apprentice turned killer who was way too sensitive to smells. His sensitive nose would cause him many troubles, leading him to despise humanity and any smell. However, on what seemed to be an ordinary day, he discovered a fragrance so fascinating he had to check out who it came from, and it was from a young virgin girl, and Jean-Baptiste killed her to preserve her smell in his memory. Seems excessive. The perfume maker eventually turned into a full-time murderer who killed young girls and saved their smells to make great perfumes out of them. And in the end, Grenouille was found guilty of his crimes and set to be executed. However, on the road to his public execution, he played one last trick. He used one of his perfumes, the smell of which would impress the crowd so much it would lead to a public euphoria and make people adore Grenouille's talent for perfume making and let him go.
Right.
The perfume master then went back to Paris, his hometown, where, because of his perfect perfume, he was torn to pieces by the loving crowd who adored him so much they couldn't get enough of him. Perhaps his end was divine punishment for his crimes, but Grenouille's story would prove how easy it is to impress people with the right amount of talent. So, Perfume was Kurt Cobain's favourite book. He once stated in a 1993 interview with Erica M that he'd read it more than 10 times and was always in his pocket whenever he needed it. He also remarked how much he empathised with Grenouille, an outcast who, despite all of his crimes, was loved by the adoring crowds and got torn to pieces by the public that couldn't get enough of him. And when asked about the book, Kurt said, well, basically, it's about this perfume president in France at the turn of the century. And he's just disgusted, basically, with all the humans. He can't just get away from humans, so he goes on this trek, this walk of death. He goes into the rural areas where there's woods all over the place and small villages, and he only travels by night. And every time he smells a human like a fire from far away who just get really disgusted and hide, he just tries to stay away from people. In a twisted way, Cobain's love for perfume and granule foreshadowed his end as he received mass audiences' love, adoration, and respect worldwide. Throughout the early 90s, obviously Nirvana was the thing. It sold millions and millions of records and being interviewed by hundreds of journalists, and everyone wanted a piece of Kurt. There's definitely parallels.
Yeah, interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
His favourite book, and it sort of foreshadowed his
In a
death.
roundabout way, I
Yeah.
guess.
Similarities.
I'm still leaning towards the fact someone murdered him.
Well, I think we're all
Feels a
in
bit like
agreement,
that,
aren't we?
doesn't it? I
Yeah.
think for a very rare occasion, we are all in complete agreement with it, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen often.
No.
Normally at least one on the fence, Mike.
I'm not on the fence with this. I don't think.
He's actually off the
Oh,
fence.
no.
I know, it's mad. Is your bum sore?
Are you actually fully?
I'm a bit nervous.
Are you fully buttocked off the fence? Is every part of your ass off the fence?
He is fully flat-footed on the floor.
Well, I'm not 100%, of course.
Oh.
But I'm
He's
bloody
still
not.
holding on to the fence with his hands, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm 99.
Your feet on the floor.
It's just dead sus, innit?
Yeah.
She's the one that benefited most from his death.
Follow the money.
Obviously, none of us can be sure. of
No,
this,
it's all
No.
alleged.
So, yeah, it's.
It's our opinions.
But I think, yeah, we're all definitely on the same wavelength of our opinion on this, aren't
I would
we?
like to see it go to court.
Knee.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you? Everything in the open.
Yeah, it would be nice.
And we'll finally get a verdict one way or the other. What happened? They need to reopen it, don't they?
Yes, book it. Let's do it.
Should we reopen it?
Yeah,
Can we do that?
we'll do it tomorrow.
Okay, we'll get on that.
Fantastic. No. And on that note, on that positive note, I've been Ben. Thanks for listening. Don't drink the flavour aid. Don't join a cult.
I've been Mike. Thanks for listening. Peace out. May the force be with you.
I've been Claire. Thanks for listening. Keep an open mind, but not so open that it spills out your ears.
And I've been Pete. Suicide is a serious thing. If anybody is struggling, remember, reach out. There's always someone that will listen.
So we are back just to add a little amendum to the Kurt and Courtney story. Mike's done some extra research, going above and beyond, and we know who Alan is.
We figured it out.
We know who this man is.
It was mentioned by El Duce. He is Alan Wrench. He's in the band Kill Alan Wrench. He's a former MMA fighter and ex-Road Whore bassist and lyricist that was blamed for not only the death of shock rocker El Duce, but also legendary grunge frontman Kurt Cobain.
Yes, we've just seen a video, haven't we, where he basically admits.
Well, he
both
doesn't, not
murders.
basically admits it. He admits it. He said, I whacked Kurt Cobain.
I'll
got
never be
paid
held
50
responsible for the
Yeah.
murders of Kurt Cobain and El Duce.
He says it, and then he laughs.
I'll never be tried and evicted, I think he says, doesn't he?
That's it.
He says it in such a way that
Yeah.
he says it like he's joking, but he says it. He says, "Yep, I killed him. I'm
Even says how he
50
did
grand."
it. He goes on about putting if there's hand marks on the neck, make sure that you blow the neck off.
Yeah, strangle him a bit,
Yeah.
inject him with heroin, get that heart
Yeah.
pumping.
He
Yeah.
basically told you exactly how he did it.
Yep. And he's like, "Oh, did I just admit that on camera? Oops."
Yeah, and then he's like, I'll never be tried for it." Blah blah blah. And he also basically admitted to doing El Duce as well.
Yep.
So yeah,
R.I.P. El Duce.
what was the video you watched? What could you say what that video was called so people, if they are interested, could watch it? It's on YouTube.
Deep Web Investigates Part 1, El Duce and Alan Wrench. Alan spelled A-L-L-E-N.
And wrench like the tool.
Yeah. Here's a tool.
Yep.
But yeah, if you search that up, Deep Web Investigates Part 1, El Duce and Alan Wrench. You'll see and hear exactly what we saw and heard, and make your own minds up on that one.
Yep.
Indeed. I should have pointed out. Did I point out Claire's not here for this?
Yes, she is. Look.
Oh.
See, there she is.
Well, it's weird how Claire all of a sudden sounds like you doing a female voice.
No. I don't.
Actually,
like me.
this is the secret, actually, listener, is that Pete has been Claire this entire time. There is no Claire. It's just Pete doing both voices.
We just got a stand in when we had that picture taken.
Yeah.
That was just some random woman walking through the woods on her own late at night.
So I guess that's just reinforced what we all believed.
Kind of thought that,
Yeah.
didn't we? We all came to that same conclusion for a change. Yeah, me too. And yeah, so and that has really reinforced it, isn't it? 100%.
Yeah.
And you watch the El Duce video as well. He basically says, "I know who did it."
My mate Alan.
Yeah, and then he got killed a few days. Well, not very long after he admitted to that, and then not long after that again, they caught up and had an interview with this Alan guy, and he then admitted to killing both of them, basically. Yes,
No, man.
and was very smug about it. And the fact that he had nothing, he had no money, he was skint. Then all of a sudden, just after Kurt Cobain died, he's got money. He's managed to. He's somehow invested in some business here somewhere, and got a lovely Lexus, and yeah, nice pad. Dodgy.
Yeah. Well, there we go.
Yep.
So, look no further.
Yep. Well, I just wanted to say, really, before we end, that why does he feel so confident that he won't get tried and evicted?
Convicted.
What did I say?
Evicted.
Oh yeah, convicted.
It's a closed case.
Because the case has been closed, and that's it.
You can reopen cases.
You can, but
Well,
New evidence comes to light.
If the FBI are listening to this, or the CIA, or any policeman,
I think you've hit the nail on the head.
Hmm.
Maybe it was in conjunction with the CIA.
But if anyone within the law or in America that could contact relevant law people and say, "We know who've done it. We've seen video evidence of this. Reopen the case. Do it, man. We're in no position to do that in England, but somewhere. Well, I suppose we could always email the county sheriff's office or something, couldn't we, in Pennsylvania
Sure,
or
they're gonna listen
wherever it
to us,
was?
aren't
Yeah. Hello, I'm a podcaster from England, and I watched a video on YouTube that said that this man, Alan Wrench, killed Kurt Cobain. You can reopen the case immediately. Post haste, officer.
Yeah, give it a go.
Yeah.
Or somebody in America do it for us.
That would be better.
Probably.